what's going on? It's your boy Coach, and just waking up here, day 42. Basically had a little bit of what I would call maybe a setback, but just made it a little bit harder for myself. So my kids, they ordered this thing called a brookie from Domino's, and basically it's a brownie cookie sort of thing, a big old tray of this stuff, right? So one of the reasons I don't like to eat out or have some of those foods is, number one, I don't really know how many calories are in it. And I had the unfortunate, I guess I had a little bit of a taste of one of those. And once I had one, that turned into 5. And even at 200 calories each, supposedly per website, just eating those, I know that was way more than 1,000 calories. Probably I estimate at 13 or 1,400. So that actually sets me back a little bit from where I wanted to be this week. If you're on a journey though, just to let you know, mentally, it's something that I'm not going to feel guilty about or get concerned with. I just know that this week I couldn't get to that goal I really wanted to in my deficit, just because today we have some family plans. I'm going to be sitting around a lot. So really all I can do is control my calories in. Got to throw some meals in the freezer, cut back some of the calories from some other meals, and try and keep today lower calories to see what I can do to, I guess, minimize the damage, as we could say. So, but yeah, if I was in maintenance mode, I wouldn't really worry too much about that. But since I'm trying to stay in a pretty good deficit, I think maybe that's where I can see where some people think, hey, you know what, I'm just going to have a cheat day. And in the end, even though I don't have a cheat day, that's not a cheat meal in my book. It was just a higher calorie day that was unplanned. So if you were having, say, something like that, that was 10 minutes of that, to get that many calories in. So for that much fun or pleasure, I gotta pay for it all day long and basically not be eating today. So for some, I guess I can sort of see where in society where we can't track calories very well, because if we even rely on some of the estimates, they're not always right. And like I said, you can get a lot of calories in a short window. Something I like to call that kind of stuff is highly palatable foods. They taste so good and it's just hard to stop eating. For instance, in those brookies, I was relatively full before having the first one. I tasted one and immediately it was like, wow, I gotta have more of that. And so mentally, I've done this stuff before where I've gone over the rails, but I know that the only way I can balance it out today isn't on the calories outside. I just have to restrict my calories in. Those who, if you don't have as many calories in to play with and you have a day like that, then you may have to use some other strategies. You're gonna have to make it up in a longer period. And there's multiple ways to do that. But really, if you're on a tight window, it's more difficult. If you're stretching this out long term, then you have time to do that. And so sometimes we do those refeed. Sometimes we have refeed days in order to kind of reset things. And so for me, that's what I'm gonna kind of put that in my book. It's a refeed, and then I'm gonna keep the calories low today, and then start next week off strong. And because I have some pictures coming up for the end of a 8-week transformation, I'm really gonna have to be on point, and I can't let those options creep in. So like I said, it's something that happens and I don't get concerned. In the past, I used to worry about it or give up, and you just have to keep pressing towards the goal, even if you have a small setback. And it's really not a setback. To me, it's a learning opportunity, knowing that I cannot engage in highly palatable foods, especially as I'm getting closer to my deadline. So that's it for today, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 43.